Who's your little baby vortex? Who's your little baby vortex? I had to strap you in so you don't get lost in your car seat. You might go flying like you've done before. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes mommy/daddy is not that good of a mommy/daddy. Don't you wish that you'd get an apology every once in a while from your parents? You know? Like, hey, I'm sorry that I fucked your ass up. I'm sorry that I gave you psychological problems. I'm so sorry about that. I'm not speaking for me or anything. I'm really not. No, but I think that everybody's parents fuck them up in some kind of way. Even if you have like the best parents in the world, chances are they're doing something wrong, you know? Guarantee if you think that you have the best parents in the world, your parents definitely screwed your ass up. Yeah. Because it's like, I think that, like, the more rugged of an individual you are, and by that, I mean, like, not really, like, however they describe rugged individualist or whatever the fuck they say. Sorry, I just realized I was holding. I probably should put my seatbelt on. I'm also, under the influence. Of what? Gandhi. Yeah, they never really tell you what. That's my problem. That's my problem with these anti-drug people. See, here's the thing. If you really understand yourself and you understand the drugs that you're on and you know why they exist and you know, like, why God invented them and all this shit, and you actually appreciate them, I feel like you're a lot less likely to do something really terrible with it. You're a lot less likely to be, like, destructive, and I'm not trying to justify my drug use. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, yes, I am. I totally am trying to justify my drug use. Dude, it's been interesting, though. It's been really interesting. Well, see, here's the thing, you guys. I was a pothead for, like, a long time. Like, I've been a pothead on and off for, like, the past... Oh, God. Was I really a pothead at 17? I think that you were experimenting, but you fucking loved it, though. Okay, I would say really, like, 19. Yeah. That's when you, like, really hit the gas. Oh, 19 years old? Oh, my God. I was drinking like I just turned 21. It was awesome, though. You guys ever had, like, a good fuck-up? You know, you're like, dude, I was fucked up at that time of my life, and I made a lot of mistakes, and, you know, I made a lot of really terrible, terrible, terrible decisions that I would totally take back, but, you know, it was fun, though. Like, I've had quite a few of those, but, I don't know. The thing with weed, like, heightens your experience. Like, whatever you're doing is gonna be like, whoa. But that's kind of the sick, twisted thing about it, is that you get so used to that feeling of, like, being twisted, your thinking being heightened, and, like, your feeling enhanced and all that shit, that you, not only do you grow tolerant to that, but sort of immune to it. So I think that's why this is, like, really fucking you up, like, more than you'd expect, because you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, I've been doing this for years. And then I quit for, like, 2 months, and I go back to it, and I'm like, ugh, you know? It's the weirdest fucking thing. Is it cutting off my head again? Motherfucker! Jesus Christ. Calm the fuck down. I hate that shit. I can't strap you in tight enough, baby cakes. Thank you. I don't even know why you bothered to put that turn signal on. It doesn't make sense. Oh, the guy behind me's doing it. What if you didn't pay attention to the guy in front of you? What if you paid attention to the guy behind you? What if we've been getting it wrong this whole fucking time? Yeah, the guy behind me has his turn signal on the entire time during this motherfucking turnpike. Isn't that crazy? It's like he just loves that fucking clicking sound. I'm sure that's what it is. Holy shit! Hey, Vortex, did you want to see me on the side? I'm sure you did. That's exactly why you turned this camera around. Hold on, I'm making sure that my coffee doesn't spill all over everything else that I own. There you go. Just make sure to like not drive crazy. But I'm crazy. I'm a crazy person operating this motor vehicle. So the chances of me not driving crazy are slim to none, considering. Such a fucking nuisance. So I have fun though. Like, I feel like I really understand it. Like, I really understand what this world's about. I really understand what the purpose of everything is. That's why I like weed as much as I do, because it gives me a more positive spin on things. However, because I'm used to that positive spin, I look to weed for that positive spin, and like, then when I don't have weed, it's like a dependency. That's what it turns into psychologically. Exactly. And then it becomes this habit, you know, where I'm like just used to it all the time, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, this is what I do now. I wake up, I take a shit, I smoke some fucking weed. Oh my God. Okay. Wasn't anything too destructive. See, I'm paying attention to the road. There was like a bag of something that spilled in the middle of the road, and it was like hay or wood or some shit. This happens a lot, it seems. That's happened a lot. Just get a lot of random shit in the road. But yeah, so I just spilled my coffee. You didn't spill it that much, though. And you didn't spill it on anything like important, did you? Did you spill it on your phone again? Because you do that a lot. Yeah, I think naturally, since my disposition towards cellular phones is like pretty negative, I feel like I damage my phone really fucking easily because of this disposition. Because I realize, like, I'm a really messy person, you know, and I've noticed that, like, I'll work with other people and just, like, observe how they work, and I've noticed that, like, people that are, like, you know, they're just really mindful, like, of if they make a mess and shit like that, if they make a mess, they're very mindful of their, you know, like, what they're doing, so that they don't make a mess, because they're, like, a neat freak or whatever the fuck. Well, I'm not a neat freak. In fact, I am a mess freak. And so, a mess freak. That's funny. I'm a mess freak. And so if I make a mess, I mean, I always clean it up. That's my motto. Got a lot of good ones, baby. They're way better than yours, I promise. You and the vortex, you know who the fuck you are. You got a shitty ass motto. I wish I could do this on stage. I've been thinking about that more and more. The problem with weed is that, like, I just state, it's cool, like, it makes me understand myself, and it's like, yeah, psychosis ain't bad, mental illness ain't bad, schizophrenia ain't bad. The problem is, like, I don't want to be in society, and, like, I never have wanted to be in society. I try real hard, you know, like, I work so that I can function. It helps me psychologically to work a job. I have 2 jobs, but it's like, I just feel so alone, like all the time. And I think it has a lot to do with technology, but it's really like, I mean, I could talk about politics, but I don't even think it matters anymore. Like, I'm at the point right now where it's like I have my beliefs or whatever. I have, you know, my opinion on things, but I realize that it doesn't matter. Like, I could be totally wrong about everything that I think. Not only that, but this is all susceptible to change in like 5 fucking minutes, you know, thanks to, you know, the media and technology and just everything. It's like, it makes perfect sense why they're like sexualizing children and this transgender movement is exploding and all this, because it's like really like everything is changing and transforming and nobody's satisfied with anything, and they're constantly trying to fix themselves. And you know, it just breaks my heart because like I have friends of mine that are like in the transitioning process, and like I don't think it's gonna help them at all. Like, if it's a psychological problem, even if like you fix, there's no way to fix it. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way to fix so many things. So it makes sense why we're in this like culture that's so obsessed with fixing things, and like they're on Insta spam all the time because they're, you know, they live in this pretend universe, and they want democratic socialism, like whatever the fuck that is, an oxymoron. That's what that is. But it's like this universe is like so lame though. But the thing is though, whatever universe they live in that the media has like constructed, it's like I realize that I live in my own universe too, but the difference is I make it up. No, it's kind of like a parallel sphere adjacent to this one that's way cooler and way better, and my timing is never flawed. It reminds me of the song New Feeling by the Talking Heads. It's not yesterday anymore. I go visiting. I don't know if you guys like David Byrne, but I can do a pretty spot on impression of him. I love that motherfucker. Supposedly he had Asperger's. I think that Asperger's is on the same sort of spectrum as like borderline personality. Just they're different variations of like every illness. They don't talk about it though. If they talked about mental illness in a way that was constructive, that would be awesome. But they're not doing that. When they say, let's destigmatize it, what that means is, let's get everybody hooked on drugs. Well, I don't think you're hooked on drugs, but speaking of hooked on drugs, there's this friend of mine, I guess he's a friend. I don't know if I should call him a friend because he's a fucking con artist, but like, he's like everybody's buddy at work. But he's a lying sack of shit. Like, his wife, I think I've talked about him before. His wife paid, I think like 30 grand for him to go to this fancy schmancy rehab clinic, right? He didn't even go for the full 90 days. And when he came back to work at Steak and Shake, I knew that he fucking relapsed because he can make money so fucking quick, and he's a con artist, so he can make a lot of money real quick. And once he makes that money, he's out. It doesn't matter if he's got 4 or 5 more shifts to work, or 4 or 5 more hours to work of his shift. He will just fucking leave and go get his fucking dope. Now, he was on those Roxys, but everybody thinks that he's on meth now because he's got fucking shit on his face, and he talks really fast. I mean, it sucks. It really sucks because, like, you know, everybody knows that he's a lying sack of shit. I mean, his wife, who's put up with this shit for so long that it's absolutely absurd. She kicked him out. But he didn't pay the rent, right? He told her he paid the rent, he didn't pay the rent. There's a fucking eviction notice on her door. So, oh, and she's raising his kids, by the way. She's raising his kids, one of which isn't even her kid. He impregnated this other bitch that I used to work with at Steak and Shake, who's a total pillhead also. And so she had this kid. And so Amy, that's this dude's wife, she's taking care of her kid and then her husband's other kid. Now she just paid 30 grand. I mean, when she told me this shit, when she was like, yeah, Terry's in rehab, I was like, why the fuck? I don't know, just like, I like weed. You guys don't ever worry about me. I'm not gonna graduate onto something more potent, something stronger, something that does it even more. And I think that there is truth to like the whole like marijuana's a gateway drug, all that. I mean, fucking duh. Technically everything's a gateway. It just depends on the person, you know? There might be one person like me that's totally satisfied with weed because they understand why weed was invented. By the good Lord. But then, you know, there's people that like can't handle that. It's like they constantly need more. They constantly need to just keep going further and further up that fucking ladder. And it's funny because it's like they just go downhill. Like, and I remember hearing that about specifically alcoholism, but I think that you can attribute it to any addiction, where once you get on that elevator, it's only going one direction. It's never going back up. Like, you can get higher and higher and higher, but it's never going back up. And that's the thing with marijuana, though, because it's marijuana, you don't really get on that elevator. You just sort of stay in one fucking room. That's true. And you're totally entranced, even if nothing is happening in that room. Like, I can deal with this shit. If there was work going on, I can fucking deal with it. If there was nothing going on, I can fucking deal with it. But I don't know, man. Last night, I was hanging out with my coworkers getting baked. And I'm like, tell me if you feel this way, vortex. I have a problem asserting myself. I have no problem doing that, like, right here, right now. Right here, right now. There is no other place I wanna be. Who sang that song? Does anybody know? Please tell me. I've been dying to know. I'm sure I can find out on the internet. It would be very quick and easy process. But I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't have a smartphone either, so I would have to ask somebody. I don't feel like doing it because it's annoying. It's annoying asking other people that you can use their phone. That's annoying. It's also annoying, like, because I really suck at navigating a smartphone, so I usually have to have help. So it's not just like, hey, can I use your phone? It's like, hey, can you help me use your phone? Because I don't fucking know. Anyway, right here, right now. What were you saying about that before you got lost? So I was trying to assert myself last night in this conversation, and I just couldn't fucking do it. And it's like, I have no problem talking to any of these people on an individual basis. But when I'm in a group of people, like, I'm really good at one-on-ones, but 2 to 3s, sometimes times I'm okay. Anywhere over 3, I'm not fucking talking. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard for me. Like, even if I have stuff to say, even if I have something to contribute to the conversation, it's like so hard for me to get the words out. And it's also like, I don't know, I feel like people don't give a shit. And it's hard for me to not think that way and then internalize that feeling. Because I'll say something and then, like, literally, like, I don't know if I don't talk loud enough or people just aren't interested and they cut me off intentionally. I don't think that they do that. Like, I don't want to take it personally or anything like that, because I don't take it personally anymore. I used to just be like, I'm such a loser. Nobody cares about me. Nobody wants to listen to me. Nobody gives a fuck about what I have to say. I used to be like that, but there's no point in being like that, you know? Especially when it's not like that. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy right there. Is that you convince yourself that you're not important. Well, I think this should happen to everybody. They feel like they can't assert themselves in a conversation. There's certain people. I feel like I just can't vocally express myself. And I have no problem telling somebody what I think, for the most part. But when it comes to being in a crowd of people and if they're talking about something, it's like I might have so many really funny things to say, so many really smart things to say, so many ways that I could really, really contribute to that conversation, but I won't. And if I try, then it's like I'll get snuffed out. And it's not because I'm a woman. I know that most women would probably say that, but that has nothing to do with my vagina. That's because I am not an assertive person when it comes to being in the public. It's like a responsibility, you know? Like, I feel like just going out and being in the real world and like attempting to work a job and attempting to talk to people and all this shit, it's like, it's such a task, you know? And it really is, though. More so than a lot of things. How much time? 23. How much time you got here? 5:11? Jesus. Well, CP. CP! Time. So, yeah, anyway, just something I realized last night, because this used to really bother me. I was like, why can't you talk to people? Why is it so hard? Because, like, that's why I would be a good therapist, because I'm like a good listener. I'm a good listener and I'm a good talker. I'm a good advice giver and I'm a good advice asker. I love to ask for advice. I like pull everybody for advice, and then I take the best one. Or sometimes I take the worst one, depending on my opinion on it. And that's very true. Oh, is that weed? I don't know. But, yeah, see, look. Coffee. It's okay though, man. It's okay. Yeah, you're supposed to clean something with that. This is what I do, you guys. Like, say I fuck something up. Like I just fucked up this rag with coffee that I spilled on it. So I am cleaning my, whatever the fuck this is. Lever thing. Lever thing. You're cleaning your lever thing. Yes? Look at that nasty shit. See? All that shit came off of it. And I would have not spent this time cleaning if it weren't for me making this other mistake. I'm just saying, like, you can spin everything, so you don't have to be mad about a mistake that you made, because you're like, you know, I'm gonna make the most of this mistake. I guess that's probably what I'm doing with weed. No, I don't know. I don't think it's a mistake. Well, obviously you do. You wouldn't have said it, so you just lied to yourself and to the vortex. So you could apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, vortex. No, it's just, I feel like I was being productive, and then I was like, fuck this. I'd rather be unproductive and scatterbrained and feel like I'm going in and out of psychosis all the time. So I'm gonna start smoking weed again. And success, here we are. I will show you guys something that I'm sure you haven't seen in a long fucking time. It's a CD player. It's a portable, compact disc player. Isn't that exciting? I'm excited. I'm gonna use it tonight. I'm gonna listen to some Tupac. I'm gonna listen to some fucking Tribe Called Quest. I'm gonna listen to some fucking Arrested Development, which is the state of mind that everybody seems to be in. Hopefully not me, because I'm talking about it, but you never know. I probably am too. Yeah, you most definitely are. My life is interesting, to say the least. Turn off the damn car. My life is interesting. And I guess everything's a sacrifice, right? I think I've mentioned this before. So it's like I'm sacrificing my productivity in order to be high off the ganja. But something about that, I feel like there's something it's teaching me, something that I'm figuring out. I think there's a reason for everything. And maybe I'm wrong to think that. Maybe that makes me like extra crazy. But it's like if I'm that person that's like doomed to just like being in my head, and like that's my personality, like that's just what I fucking do, then I have to make the most out of that. And I'm trying to understand how I can best make the most out of everything that I've been given. It's a gift, but it's also a curse. And I fall apart. I've been falling apart. But that's okay though. I feel like it's okay to fall apart. So many people look at these things as like a negative. You know, if you experience emotions that are generally thought of as negative. But if it teaches you something, then it's not. I was gonna say one more thing and I totally forgot what it was. Social norms. I can bitch about that all fucking night, right? Well, maybe you'll remember it eventually. Okay, well, I have like 3 more minutes to figure it out. I'm late again, by the way. Totally late. It's okay though. No, but yeah, I just feel so alone. I feel so disconnected from everything. And like, I'm okay with that though. It's weird because it's like I am really lonely. Oh yeah, it's this time of year. This time of year, like my hair starts dreading. I finally brushed it, by the way, look. See? Isn't it pretty? I brushed it.
I brushed it for like an hour and a half. I had to put conditioner in it, then I had to put detangler in it, like this fucking, what's it called?
Shea butter.
Shea butter. Look what I did. Isn't that pretty now? Everything else in my car is falling apart. But yeah, it's the time of year to fall apart, you know? I'm getting prepared. It's only September, you know? But I've noticed that like a lot of corporations, you know, like such as Walmart and Kroger and like all the major corporations that, you know, get all their shit from China, they always start preparing early. Like they've already put Halloween stuff out, and it's like the beginning of September, right? So that's why I'm smoking a lot of weed. Like I'm already preparing for the winter time. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at him go. Motherfucker. As on the 5-0, you saw it yourself. Damn it. Okay, he's going that way. It's alright. Dude, I have like a fuck ton of cookies on me. Not that that matters. They're more concerned about like the actual weed. And I have some of that too, but it's in a cigar form. So it's not much of a threat. Like, I'm really not enemy of the state, I promise. In case, like, the Tennessee police department's watching this, I promise I'm not a threat. I promise I just smoke weed and talk to myself and rock back and forth. Okay, I'm going to work, because I'm, like, probably now 20 minutes late. So, goodbye. Love you, Vortex.